Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm here for Queen & Co today, and I wanted to show you some tips and tricks for stamping inside a shaker card. This is a lot of fun, kind of mixes it up a little bit and gives you the opportunity to put your sentiment right inside the shaker. So these are the things that I'm going to use today. I have the Queen & Co foam fronts. This is the speech bubble foam fronts. That's a kit that comes with everything you need to make a shaker card. I also have the speech bubble die that matches the foam front kit. This way you can customize your shaker card and the outside can be anything you want. I also have a large font stamp set from Paper Smooches that I'm going to use to stamp right inside the speech bubble. You want something bold and graphic for this kind of card. So I cut out from the Pretty Presents 6x6 mat a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 pattern paper. I've also die cut with the speech bubble die a piece of rainbow paper from the same mat stack. I'm going to stamp on this blue paper here, and it will be inside the speech bubble of the shaker card. I'm going to use my MISTI for this. This is a really fun little tip. And this piece of cardstock comes with the card. This way you can put a white piece on top, but I'm going to use it as a template. So I'm going to put both pieces of paper inside my MISTI with my magnet down. Then I'm going to lay down the stamps inside the opening of that white piece of cardstock. I'm not going to use that for this card, so I'm just using it as a template to place my stamps. Once I have my stamps exactly where I want them, I'm going to close the MISTI door to pick up my stamps. I'm going to put aside that white piece of cardstock. I can use it on a different project if I like. And now I'm going to ink up my stamps. I am using Versamark ink, which is a pigment ink, so it will stay wet for a little bit extra time so I can heat emboss this sentiment, and it will really stand out, I think, in the speech bubble better that way. So now I have my stamped sentiment, and I'm going to put some clear heat embossing powder right on top, and then I have my heat tool, and I'm going to heat set that, and look at that. You get a little bit of dimension even to this, and then you also get that really great shine. So now I'm going to put my shaker card together. So I'm going to grab the card base, which is, again, the front of it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a standard card size. I'm going to use some tape runner. This is from Thermoweb, and I'm just going to use some tape runner on the card, and I'm going to lay this stamped panel right on top. This is going to be the background. You can keep this white, you could stamp on the card itself, but I really like to mix it up and have lots of fun patterns and colors on my shaker cards. Now I'm going to take the foam front and I'm going to pop out that speech bubble, and then I'm going to pull off the backing here. This is double-sided foam. So the backing now is going to lay down, and that's going to adhere to my card. And the next thing I'm going to do is take some anti-static and run it around the inside of the foam front. This helps to get your shakers moving around and not sticking to the edges. And then I'm just wiping away anything that might be on top of the stamped sentiment. Now I'm going to pour in some of my toppings. I have those really adorable diamonds there. Those are clear. And I'm going to peel off the top of the foam front, and I'm going to lay down the acetate that is also included in the kit. So once you have your acetate on top, your shaker is pretty much done, and now you get to just have the fun of customizing it. So when you use that coordinating speech bubble die, you can have any color of pattern paper or cardstock laid right on top, and that finishes up your card. But I thought it needed something a little bit more, so I decided to grab the Queen & Co pinwheels. These are self-adhesive embellishments. They come in a rainbow of colors. You can see they have this really fun, almost iridescence to them. So I decided to go along with the pattern from the pattern paper and lay down a Roy G. Biv of pinwheels. So I have, I think, the pinks, the reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues. There was no purple on the pattern paper, so I decided to just stick with that. And then then I added in just a few more, and I love the dimension and shine that that adds. So these are just some tips and tricks for stamping inside your shaker cards. Using your MISTI, I think, is the easiest way to do it, but you could of course use an acrylic block as well. And here are a few other samples that I created with this same technique. I hope you'll give it a try, and thanks so much for stopping by.